I just had this done. You're getting a first glimpse, but that's your size compared. So those are compared to, those are among the tallest buildings in the world, including the Empire State Building, World Trade Center, Sears Tower, Chicago. So if you lay it on its side, you take 2 or 3 of them to fill it in, because the width is almost 200 feet wide.
After nearly a week out of the public spotlight, U.S. President Donald Trump finally returned to public view on Wednesday. But rather than opening with comments on the fragile Iran ceasefire, growing concerns about the war's cost, or mounting political pressure facing his administration, Trump chose a very different topic: the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool. Appearing in the Oval Office for an executive order signing ceremony, the president spent much of his opening remarks discussing the ongoing renovation of one of Washington's most famous landmarks.
I have a big day today because this is, as you probably have been watching, so from 1922 to present, it really never worked. It leaked and was bad, and it looked terrible. It's supposed to be beautiful. It was opened in 1922, and it always leaked, and it was a problem. It's called the Great Reflecting Pool between the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial.
The former real estate developer appeared particularly enthusiastic while describing the construction work, praising what he called the very special material being used in the renovation. The project is expected to be completed before the July 4th holiday celebrations, which this year coincide with the 250th anniversary of American independence. At one point, Trump displayed a chart titled, "Our pool is bigger than skyscrapers," using it to compare the reflecting pool's size with several well-known buildings, including the Empire State Building.
We did a fantastic job, and Department of Interior was amazing. Doug Burgum, really absolutely amazing. And you're gonna have something you're gonna be very proud of, and it'll last for 50 to 100 years before you have to do anything with it. Very strong, powerful substance that we use. And we picked a color called American Flag Blue. We had color choices. And before it was just gray, it was a color of concrete and stone. So it's gonna be really special. I thought you'd like to see it. And the work ends on the pool. We also did a lot more than we anticipated. We did all of the sidewalks outside of the pool where people walk or they stand. That's where Martin Luther King made his great speech.
The discussion then took an unexpected turn. While speaking about the landmark's history, Trump referenced the famous "I Have a Dream" speech delivered by civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. at the National Mall in 1963. Moments later, he appeared to compare attendance at King's historic gathering with crowds at one of his own political events. "The million people, I had the same amount of people," Trump claimed. The president appeared to be referring to his January 6, 2021 rally in Washington, D.C., which preceded the storming of the U.S. Capitol by thousands of his supporters. Trump went on to argue that media outlets had underestimated attendance at his event and insisted photographs showed his crowd was comparable in size. Historical estimates, however, have long placed attendance at King's March on Washington at roughly 250,000 people, while no official government estimate exists for Trump's January 6th rally. The remarks revived a familiar controversy surrounding crowd sizes. Throughout his political career, Trump has frequently challenged attendance estimates at his events, most notably after his 2017 inauguration, when he disputed comparisons showing larger crowds at former U.S. President Barack Obama's 2009 inauguration. Trump's comments came during his first public appearance following several days of speculation over his absence from public events. Questions had circulated online after Trump largely disappeared from the public schedule, making only limited appearances and conducting few public-facing events. Those concerns intensified after his recent visit to Walter Reed National Medical Center and renewed scrutiny surrounding his latest medical report. Trump then emerged in a podcast interview, but that only made things more complex as viewers noted swelling under his eyes.
Fresh questions about U.S. President Donald Trump's health are once again dominating social media after observers pointed to his appearance in a recent podcast interview and noted his noticeably reduced public schedule. The renewed scrutiny comes despite repeated assurances from the White House that the soon-to-be 80-year-old commander-in-chief remains healthy and fully capable of carrying out his duties. The latest wave of speculation began following Trump's appearance on journalist Miranda Devine's The Post podcast, Pod Force One. After clips from the interview circulated online, some social media users claimed they noticed what appeared to be swelling around Trump's right eye and right hand. The observations quickly spread across social media platforms, with users sharing screenshots and videos while debating whether the appearance suggested an underlying health issue. At this stage, however, the White House has not publicly commented on those specific observations, and there is no official confirmation regarding the claims being made online. Still, the discussion has intensified because it comes at a time when questions surrounding Trump's health have already been receiving increased attention. Just last week, the 79-year-old president underwent his third medical examination in approximately 13 months. Following the checkup, the Trump administration released a medical report that painted an overwhelmingly positive picture of the president's condition. According to the report, Trump remains in good health and fully fit to perform the duties of the presidency. The assessment highlighted strong physical and cognitive performance and was presented as evidence that the president continues to maintain a high level of fitness, despite being the oldest person ever elected to the office. However, not everyone was convinced by the report's findings. Several medical professionals publicly questioned aspects of the assessment. One physician quoted in media reports suggested that some of the results appeared almost too positive for someone approaching 80. That criticism fueled fresh debate among both supporters and critics regarding the transparency of presidential medical disclosures. The White House has repeatedly rejected suggestions that the U.S. president is experiencing serious physical or cognitive issues. Administration officials have consistently maintained that Trump remains energetic, mentally sharp, and fully engaged in his responsibilities. But the conversation surrounding the president's health extends beyond medical reports alone. Questions have also been fueled by the president's recent public schedule. While Trump signed an executive order focused on artificial intelligence innovation and security this week, the event was conducted without a public speech or press conference. That absence prompted further speculation among critics who have been tracking the president's appearances. According to reports, Trump's last major public speech took place on May 22nd, before going incognito for a full week. But despite all speculation, Trump's allies continue defending his fitness while trying to simmer the health chatter.